On a hot afternoon in the northern Italian border town of Ventimiglia, a group of well-dressed French tourists is making its way towards air-conditioned buses that will take them back to their homes along the Côte d'Azur. They're returning from a day of shopping at Ventimiglia's lively Friday market, a mecca on the town's seafront for visitors flocking across the frontier to rummage through. On a hot afternoon in the northern Italian border town of Ventimiglia, a group of well-dressed French tourists is making its way towards air-conditioned buses that will take them back to their homes along the Côte d'Azur. They're returning from a day of shopping at Ventimiglia's lively Friday market, a mecca on the town's seafront for visitors flocking across the frontier to rummage through an irresistibly cheap selection of clothes, food and trinkets. They pamper a pooch who also joined them for the trip, seemingly oblivious to the scene playing out a few footsteps away from the car park. Hundreds of migrants, the majority from war-torn Sudan, camped out among bags of rubbish beneath an underpass along the banks of the Roy River. They are part of a growing and increasingly desperate army of migrants who have risked the perils of the Mediterranean, heading north as they flee war and poverty in Africa and the Middle East in search of security in Europe. Ventimiglia has been a perennial waiting room since 2011 for migrants hoping to cross the border, just like the market shoppers. The town is gearing up for the holiday season as well as anticipating a new increase in migrant arrivals as Italy grapples with a sudden summer surge on its southern shores. Some of the estimated 300 people sleeping rough along the Roya had only landed in Sicily a few days earlier. Whenever there's an increase in arrivals in the south, we see an increase in the number of people here, said Daniela Zitarosa, who works for Intersos, an Italian aid organization. The number sleeping outside fluctuates, but it is always very high, much like the rest of Italy. Ventimiglia has been left alone to deal with a humanitarian crisis that is growing dramatically and that now threatens to undermine the fragile unity of the EU, which is appearing to ignore the problems faced by its members in the south. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. French tourists shop in the street market in Ventimiglia. Photograph, Alamy stock photo. There was a time when French police would judiciously patrol the border while on the prowl for shoppers unwittingly transporting counterfeit purchases from the market. But since early 2011, when the migration crisis began in earnest as the Arab Spring turned North African societies upside down, they have made the passage impenetrable to those desperately trying to join relatives or seeking a better life in northern Europe. The patrols were stepped up after 84 people were killed in a terror attack in Nice, the French Riviera city just 39 kilometers along the coast, last July.